All right, welcome back to episode number 25 of the Altered States Unplugged podcast. My name is Kyle Strubing. I am one half of this dynamic duo. I am here with my life partner, my wife partner, Jojo Strubing. Jojo, baby, how we doing this morning?
We are fantastic. Excited to share some of these nuggets today.
Little nuggets.
Yeah.
Yes. Balling on a budget nuggets.
Yes.
So this episode is titled Wellness on a Budget, Our Favorite Low Cost or Free Habits That Actually Work. So I'm excited for it. We can get you guys, not always selling you something, giving you some free nuggets and stuff. So sure.
I like it. So today we're going to dive into those low cost or completely free habits that you can incorporate to help you feel better day to day. Those little things that you can add on. Like sometimes wellness isn't about like doing just one huge, big, extreme thing, like a big diet change or a new extreme workout. Sometimes it's those little things that add up that really help you hit those big results over time, right?
I'll even go as far as to say just you taking time out for yourself, regardless of what the actual activity is, can do the trick, right? Yeah. We sell these grandiose things and all this awesome equipment, but just the fact that you committed time to block out all the BS and really focus on yourself, that really, really helps too. I will say that for sure.
Yeah. So if you are someone that, normally spends a ton on wellness, or maybe you're looking for some cost-effective ways that won't drain the bank account right now that can help you jumpstart that wellness plan, this episode's going to be for you. I'm really excited to dive into these various ways, little things that we've done to help us feel better, right?
Yeah, this is a lot of things. Obviously, we have access to all of the stuff, right? So these are little things that we would do before we had access to that. And then as we kind of pivoted and focused a lot more, then we got into the cold plunges and the saunas and stuff like that. So these are things that we used to use in our past. And now on a lot of times, like with us traveling a lot now, with the stores and everything, we don't have a ton of time. So sometimes just this little, these little things that we do, it really, really helps. Sure. So first one, Jojo, you want to give it a go?
Yeah. So this one is called Barefoot Mornings, also known as sun sipping. Ooh, fancy. And this one's completely free, y'all. So this one, you simply ditch the shoes, step outside, put your feet in the grass. I know you've seen this before, like grounding. A lot of people will do this if they get off of a plane and they're 24 hours time difference. Like they'll go ground, put their feet in the grass to kind of reset to the time zone. And it's great. It really grounds you in the morning. It helps reset that sleep and wake cycle. It also reduces cortisol and anxiety. We have a PEMF mat, which is also known as a grounding mat. It mimics this activity, right? So it also supports that vitamin D production. You're standing out in the sun. There's so much research on this that getting that sun in your eyes first thing in the morning can really help your energy throughout the day and help regulate your hormones and give you that boost of mood.
Right. Not staring directly at the sun, obviously, but don't do that. But Huberman talks about this. He has a really good episode on this, so go check that one out. But he talks about, getting out there, getting 20 minutes of sunlight directly on that, whether it's a walk. In a perfect world, they go for a barefoot walk or something like that. In the DFW area, you might run into some glass. I don't know if that's the best idea. But
in the grass would be great.
But going through all the ants and all that. But you want to make sure, but it's definitely there, and it's definitely powerful in the circadian rhythm, right? We go from, we're constantly in these fluorescent lights and all this stuff, the blue light, and this really helps you, blue light from your phone and all that. And this gives your body a break and actually tells yourself all of this stuff is like gets us back to the basics. Gets us back to when we were cave people, nomads roaming the earth and stuff like that. So it's big.
This is really important too. If you work inside all day, if you're, in an office and you're not really getting a lot of sunlight, like taking just 10 minutes in the morning, go drink your coffee outside. So you're getting that sunlight and you're putting your feet in the grass. I promise you, it will change the way like you feel throughout the day. Sure. I notice when I do this, like I don't even almost need that coffee as much because it's like, okay, I kind of like my body wakes up. It's like signaling to my body it's time to get up. It's time to get moving because I'm out in the sunshine. Like it's awesome. Yeah.
So yes, sun sipping, barefoot mornings, all that stuff. It's a great way, get out there, hydrate, get some water in you, and just reconnect. Take in the sounds, take in the scents, do a little meditation. Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's a good one.
Yeah.
The next one is shower like a Viking. And I'm going to take this one because I got the Viking beard, I feel like here. Yeah. So this one is what we're going to do with this one. Very simple, right? You want to just your regular old shower, right? And we did an episode on this, our last episode is going to kind of call back on that. So we're going to do the poor man's contrast therapy on this one, right? I don't mean poor, but you get it, right? So 60 seconds hot, 30 seconds cold. Repeat that three rounds. It's brutal. It's beautiful. It's biohacking with no extra gear, right? So the benefits of this, it's going to help boost that circulation and immunity. It's going to improve your mental clarity and your energy. It helps build stress resilience over time, right? That's so big. Mm-hmm. It's so big. You get that toughness, and I accomplished something tough first thing in the morning and sets the tone for the whole day. I am a Viking. I am strong. Yes, absolutely. And then it also enhances mood with a natural dopamine hit. Same thing, not as intense, not as big of a benefit per se as the contrast therapy, but that's essentially what you're doing, right?
A quick wake me up contrast therapy session goes a long way for the rest of the day. And a lot of these are things like that you can do in the morning because mornings are so precious to how the rest of your day goes. Right. We all know when we're rushed and we're all of a sudden frantic and we get to work and our mind's going a million miles per hour. You're not setting yourself up for success. So these tiny things that only take a few minutes, they're huge.
And these are the morning routines too. The mornings are so key, right? I look forward to waking up. I wake up at 5 o'clock every morning and I go and I do something for myself. I know that sounds selfish, but you got to you got to fill up your cup so that you can give out for the rest of the day. If there's nothing in your cup, I can't offer my wife a sip. You know what I'm saying? So if you go and it's that way, you don't have that, oh my gosh, I got to go do all this stuff. It's like, no, I'm going to go, I'm going to do my thing. This is for me. And then it just sets you up for the rest of the day. I notice this big time because our days, especially lately, I never know. I have my day planned out, but it's like, holy cow, by 9 o'clock, everything's up in the air, but at least I've kind of done something for myself. So I feel like it's okay for me to give. It's very, very strange. It's something I've learned.
It's really a gift for me too, because then I get to kind of settle in and have my coffee before you come in a million miles per hour.
That's right. That's right. Yes. So,
all right. So that one was a completely free one.
Yes.
This next one is, maybe like $15 a month, but this is our mineral mocktails suggestion. So skip the overpriced adaptogen lattes and just mix sparkling water with magnesium, sea salt, and a little lemon to get those trace minerals for a DIY drink that's going to hydrate and nourish you. So I love this every morning, another morning one. But I literally will just take regular tap water and I will throw in that sea salt and lemon. I don't like the magnesium in the morning because it makes me tired. So I save my magnesium for night, but sea salt and lemon water, best way to start my day. Like it instantly wakes me up. I do this before I've even had my coffee. It like signals my brain, wakes me up. The salt also helps push the water into your body and it hydrates you faster. So it's awesome. I love it. This supports your nervous system. It helps nourish and hydrate you. So you don't get that mental fog. Like it's so important to push that out, take care of your mind in the morning. So this is a great one. Very low cost, replenishes those key minerals. It aids in your hydration and energy metabolism, supports your mood, helps with sleep, and then reduces those sugar cravings and helps with fatigue. I mean, win-win-win.
Win-win-win.
Yeah.
I like to say,
Yeah. I mean, you can really combine some of these too, not to like overwhelm you with too many things at once, but grab that salty lemon water, go put your feet out in the grass, ground you for a second, and then hop in the shower and do your contrast. So, these are just small things that can really shape everything. I'm going to keep saying that. But
one thing I will say about magnesium is there's different kinds of magnesium,
Yeah.
right? And I know each one affects me differently. So you might want to tweak that a little bit, and don't give up on it right away.
Right.
Or go to bulksupplements.com and
Right.
buy a huge bag of it. So just be very careful with that, and tweak and just kind of see how you react specifically to it.
I love the magnesium we sell, our
Right.
State of Restore. It has all 7 types, so you're getting all of them.
Right.
I take it at night though, because it does calm me down, and it helps me sleep.
I don't take it at night because it gives me crazy dreams. So I take it during the day, and it doesn't necessarily make me tired. So I will say, just tweak with it, experiment a little bit, and find out which one works best for you.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, number 4, our favorite way to breathe, and that's box breathing and nervous system reboot. Box breathing, right? 4 in, hold for 4, 4 out, hold for 4. If you've done a float with us before, or you've come and done a cold plunge, you've heard me say this multiple times. Yeah, it's super easy. I always say it's nice because I can only count to 4. I went to public school, so it's hard for me, and I don't have to go memorize some crazy things. Super easy. In, hold, out, hold, right? And you don't want to do it for 10 seconds. You're just sitting there falling out or anything like that. But we consider this like a human software update. Do that 4, 4, 4. And it's the quickest, easiest way to regulate, recenter, and not yell at your inbox, right? So it gets you kind of chilling, and that way it gets me centered. That way the breath is so key. So you just don't let these things gives you a second so you don't have to be overreactive. And this is big for me because I'm going at a million miles an hour all the time. And I have, we've talked about this, the anger thing. It's very, it's prevalent in my life. So I have to really take a step back, and I use that as a tool. And if you sit there and you're basically practicing as a tool, that then you can, when you're in the moment, you can go to that.
Yeah.
And I can just sit there and be cognizant of my breath, let it pass, gain my thoughts, and then move forward, as opposed to immediately react.
Right.
And it's which is key for us. So what it does is it instantly calms your anxiety, makes you it brings you back, right? So it brings you more internal. You're not worried about all the external. It's not about things are going to happen. It's in your reaction to it, right? We've all heard that before. It lowers your heart rate and your blood pressure. Boom, bring it down. Just being cognizant of your breath, doing all that stuff. It's going to help you focus as well as help you regulate your emotions, right? Big time for me with anger, 100%. And then what it does is it rebalances your fight or flight response, right? When you're in that moment, it can help you, and you just immediately revert back to it, and if you have that baseline for the day, easy peasy, right?
I love it. For so many years, I underestimated the power of breathing. You're like, oh yeah, breathe, I breathe, and then when I really started in those situations of panic, doing things like this, it was like, okay, maybe this is working, because your go-to instinct when you're stressed isn't to breathe, actually. If you're paying attention, you're like, whoa, okay, I'm not breathing right now. Let me take an exhale, right? So yeah, easy one, but one we don't always think of. So, remind yourself.
Yeah, it's simple. And that's the thing. You're developing a practice, right? So then you can immediately revert back to it in the moment, and you'll subconsciously go to that as you get better and better in your practice.
All right, moving on to number 5 here is our phone-free hour. And you can do this in the morning. Sometimes we'll do this over dinner. We'll be like, no phones at dinner. It is so much harder than it sounds, but, or I'll even try to do this on Sundays sometimes. I am not looking at my phone today. Very difficult to do, but man, it helps so much to do this. It really allows me to disconnect. I am like a workaholic. I am in my phone. I've got my email on my phone. I've got every notification possible. I'm there. And I like that because I like to stay connected to our franchisees and our vendors and our customers. And, there's a reason for it. But I do realize that if I don't want to hit burnout, I've got to take breaks. And, everything will be there in an hour. So it's okay to take that time. So, dedicate, maybe just choose that 1 hour in the week, whether that's going to be at your dinner time or an hour when in the morning when you are doing these, exercises, let's not look at the phone during all of that, right?
Well, something so simple is getting another alarm clock that's not your phone,
Yeah.
right? I'd sit there and the alarm goes off on my phone and I'm looking at it and now I'm in my phone
Yeah.
right away.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it just sets you up for that brain drain for the rest of the day.
Right.
So get another alarm, hit that up, leave your phone, go do your breath work, go do your sun sipping. I love saying that word.
I know.
Sun sipping.
Sun sipping.
Yeah. Go do that. And then it all kind of builds into each other.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure. So obviously this is going to help reduce your overwhelm, keep your stress low, enhance your creativity. Sometimes when I'm just like staring at social media, it really stunts like my self-worth, my self-confidence, my creativity. So take some breaks there. It will help support that healthy dopamine regulation. You're not looking for those quick fixes. Oh my goodness, there is so much research on how much we are getting these dopamine crashes from this like constant entertainment and these highs and these lows and
30-second clips.
It's brutal, but I'm such a sucker for it. So yes, and then it just creates space for more of those intentional times and rituals. So try this out, add it in this week. I promise you'll be glad you did.
This is like the poor man's floating, really, right?
Poor man's contrast,
poor man's floating, because it is, right? This is your phone is a huge form of stimulation.
Yeah.
It's a huge form of sensory activity. Yeah, absolutely. So if you're able to shut that up, and that's what float therapy does. It shuts down all of your senses, and this just gets rid of that one that is a huge driver.
Right,
so big, 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, on to number 6, and this one is, I like this one, this rebounding rave, right? So in this one, it costs a little bit of money. This is a $40 one-time cost, and you're like, what is a rebounding rave? I like raves, and is it basketball? No, a mini trampoline, right? So mini trampolines are not just for fun. It gives you some lymphatic drainage plus cardio. And it brings you back to being a kid, right?
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm not jumping all that high anymore because I'm older, but it brings me back to when I was a kid, and I was in, my dad's backyard and we're jumping and banging into my sister and brother and having a good time. Just brings that play back, that curiosity, and that's big. Get that 5 to 10 minutes of just jumping up and down. Get you to energize, detox, and you pretend like you're in, take some pictures. You'd be like in a music video or something funny.
What are those expensive machines that you vibrate? Like vibration plates?
Those plates, yeah.
Similar, but with this, you're doing it yourself and more cost effective.
Yes.
But they also have like classes now where you're jumping up on the trampoline. They look so hilarious when you watch them online. But it's really like there's a lot more research coming out about that lymphatic drainage and what it can do for your hormones and your detoxing the body.
I love lymphatic,
So, and you can do this yourself. You don't have to go get this, done as a service somewhere. You can just add this in 5 to 10 minutes, just jump it on the trampoline.
And if you like it and want to add it on as a next level, go somewhere. Yeah, for sure. There's so many online resources though that you could basically take a class while doing it. But it's great, and it stimulates that lymphatic system, gets that lymphatic drainage going. It improves your coordination and your core strength, which we all need, right? It increases your energy and your blood flow, gets you going, right? And it helps support hormone balance and cardiovascular health, which we're all about. So
for sure.
Absolutely. If you need a laugh, just imagine me jumping up and down on a trampoline for 20 minutes. And
Maybe we'll
not breaking anything.
Do a live video of that.
Maybe
sometime.
we'll. Yeah, I'll show you exactly how to do it for sure.
All right. Moving on to number 7 is the freezer face dunk. This has also been going viral lately.
Yes.
You'll see the influencers doing it, but this is, kind of like your cold plunge for your face, right? But you can dunk your face just for 10 to 30 seconds in that ice cold water. So you're getting a bowl, you're pouring ice, you're putting water in it, and then you're literally dunking your face into it. So this can also stimulate that vagus nerve. It snaps you out of that stress mode and the fight or flight mode. And you kind of feel like a badass doing it, right?
Nice.
So good for that mental toughness. So, I would just go jump in the cold plunge personally. But if you don't have your cold plunge handy and you want that instant boost in the morning, try this. It'll calm that anxiety, stimulates that parasympathetic, I'm getting better, nervous system, reduces your inflammation. Great for the puffiness too. I know us ladies like that. And then it kind of enhances that mental focus and that mental resilience. When you're starting off your day with something hard, the rest of the day becomes so much easier and you just feel empowered. And that's so important for our mood in the morning to go throughout the rest of the day feeling empowered, feeling excited. Our mood controls so much of like our actions. So doing these little things are great.
They are good. Yes, it's that little cold exposure, the puffiness and stuff from after you woke up. It's a good one. Yeah, like she said, we're hitting the cold plunge, but this is another way to kind of do that. If you can do that with the shower, you hit the whole body and everything. I don't know if you take shower water directly to the face.
I know.
I
think I'm gonna have to start trying that though in the cold plunge. Like the girl at the yoga festival, she did the cold plunge with her face in.
I wouldn't put your brain in there though. That's the thing. I mean, I know she was
just your face.
I'm away from the mic, but I know she was kind of down like this. But it was like I've heard you don't want to ice your brain. But still.
Not the full head.
But even that full on cold plunge where you get your face and everything, that really helps for sure. But the next one is number 8, the 20-minute reset walk. Walking, anything having to do with walking, I am 100% in. I cannot tell. People are like, people ask me, but I get asked like, what's your fitness routine? What's your workout routine? I do boot camps. I lift a lot, but the one consistent thing I do is I go for walks, and we've been going lately. And it has been fantastic. Yeah. No podcast, even when I go by myself, I'll take our overweight dog, only lab that doesn't fetch. I don't understand.
Still cute.
Yes, he is. Thank God. But no, it just really walking as far as like a workout and consistently doing it, that has made a huge difference in my body composition, performance. And it's just like, if I didn't do anything that day, it really helps. It just knock off some calories, get going. And then mentally, right? You just kind of get rid of that, no playlist, no pressure, no anything. And if I go on a longer walk, I will still do the podcast, but I'll get to certain areas. We live by the best walking trails, which is like one thing about Flower Mound, and even Capel has the best walking trails. So there's certain parts that are a lot more nature filled, and I'll ditch the earbuds and just really kind of take it in. It really, really helps. And it does that. Why it does that is because it's increasing your serotonin and your endorphins, kind of reconnecting all that stuff. It enhances creativity and problem solving. Think about the float tank as well, right? Because you don't have this stimulus. Now you're able to Gansfield effect that. I'm reverting back, guys, to other podcasts, right? To help you with that creative. I get so many solutions to problems in just by me just being quiet and getting a little motion going.
Being able to think.
Yeah, you're able to think. Yes.
I come back and I'm like, I'll go on a walk by myself, and I come back and I'm like, okay, Kyle, we should do this, this. And he's like, okay. But the best ideas come to me. Same thing in the float tank. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then it lowers your cortisol naturally as well, because you get that exercise going, the blood moving and all that stuff. And it creates space, kind of going back to what we said, it creates space for emotional processing, allows you to not deflect. You kind of sit in it. I listen to podcasts way too much lately, something I've noticed. And I'm not as connected. So when I unplug that, I can really kind of focus back in on myself, just like the floating 100%. So that's walking is
20-minute reset. Doesn't have to be a full hour, although, I've been addicted to long walks lately, but just 15, 20 minutes, go get a reset and shake it up.
And lunch break, free.
You can walk for free.
Unless you want to go grab some really nice walking shoes to get out there motivated.
Weighted vest or something.
You do the weighted
go
vest
next level.
I've done that. We do. People look at you a little funny when you do that. Yeah. It's like, no.
Yeah. Or like those ankle weights people used to put on their arms, and they're.
If you see people walking down the street, like with the little 2-pound weights.
We've got a lady by us that wears a backpack every time. Like she must train for like hiking or something, right? But She's always
We
got
call her the
backpack.
walker. She's always out walking.
Always.
And she walks in weird spots too. She like walks down the middle of the medians and stuff. But I want to talk to her. I've never had a chance to, but
I want to know what she's training for.
Yeah, she's training for something. She's out there. I mean, she's out there every day for like the last 3 years. So it's been fantastic. There's something to it. She has. She has. Good for her.
That's great.
I love it. So,
all right. So number 9, don't laugh at me on this one. This one's nature gazing and stillness sessions. So this, again, you're outside. We're not taking the phones. We're not listening to podcasts, but we're just observing nature, whether it's the clouds, the trees, your neighbor's weird landscape. This is just a time to be with yourself and be out in nature. Like there's so much insight now around how, we're indoors all the time and we're not outside enough and how that affects us. So getting out in nature and being present in nature, it does something for you.
Yeah.
Like, I know it sounds silly, but like the other day I was like floating in the pool and I usually take my book or play music, but I was like, I'm just going to lay here, get a little tan on. And I was just like staring at this beautiful tree in our neighbor's yard and like looking up at the clouds and like, I don't know, just my mood and my thoughts and like it just gave me this beautiful, moment that, was awesome. Like it kind of helps you get in that moment of gratitude when you're staring at nature. So yeah,
it puts everything in
soul.
It puts everything into perspective is what it does. And then like I was listening to something this week and it hit it right on the head. It's like, well, that's why like everybody loves, going to Colorado and stuff because you see these massive mountains, you see these other things, and it just puts you in your place of like, I'm a small part of this and it's going to be okay. And there's a greater force, not to get, religious or whatever, but there's like this greater force to what is going on here and we're all going to be okay type thing.
Yeah. I
it
like
really
that.
helps.
Yes. So benefits can restore your attention span and mental clarity, reduce that stress, reconnects you with your senses. So you're thinking about like what you're seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, maybe smelling. And then it just really grounds you, brings you back, especially if you're having anxiety, those grounding, like what do I see in the sky? What do I hear in the sky? Trust me, it helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you're overwhelmed and it's the thought of sitting in absolute silence and doing nothing, the walk is something there that's, you can kind of help with that. You can work your way in and out based on your own personal preference. But yes. Now I'm going to move on to number 10. The last one we have here is the creative expression breaks. I'll be honest, this is not my forte. I don't find myself overly creative. But
I don't know.
there's
I see those dance breaks every once in a while.
Yeah, I do like to express my emotion in dance. Yes. No, it's in something like grabbing a pen, a paintbrush, voice memos app, let it out. Journaling, I do journal though. That's one thing that's writing, I would say, is something that's creative. But it's it kind of gets you out of that. It's about that release, it's not about perfection. It's whatever gets that inside, just putting whatever's inside out, that form of expression in whatever it can be. Now, like I said, it's tough for me because of time and things. But maybe I start whittling a little stick inside of the sauna and double up on it or whatever. But it's just really all about that release and that expression and you not holding that stuff in, right?
Yeah. Some people dance, some people draw, some people just want to talk it out. So like get that voice memo and just vent, and like it's so like empowering sometimes when I'm angry or frustrated or sad and I just write it all out. And then I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to go yell at that person anymore. In fact, like I want to go resolve things now.
Right.
So, that's why they always say like, don't do that rage text, like write it down. And then you may not want to send it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And the benefits of that are it's going to support your emotional regulation, right? You're then getting it out. And that way you're not snap city when something very minuscule happens because you've already processed a lot of that. It boosts your clarity and your decision making because you're just a lot more focused, kind of you have a much more laser kind of focus for there. It encourages nervous system discharge, putting that stuff out, right? It sparks joy, curiosity, and play. Big thing. Just helps you express, helps you get it out. I keep saying it helps you get it out. That's the thing though, right?
It is. Yes.
That's the thing for sure.
It is.
So,
well,
all right. Go ahead.
Yes.
You want to do some final thoughts?
Yeah. So, at the end of the day, you don't need some huge, Himalayan salt wall in your house to feel better. You've got these small little things that you can do throughout the day. In the morning, you can start with that lemon water. You can go put your feet in the grass and get that instant hit of the sun. You can do a little contrast in the shower. Maybe on your lunch break, go for that reset walk or do a little journaling. And then in the evening, go enjoy the nature, do some rebounding, like these little tiny things that you can add in to feel better and like reset your mind and body throughout the day and really make life more enjoyable.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to cost a ton of money, right? So, wellness isn't something that you buy. It's something you build day by day, breath by breath, and habit by habit. So here's some ideas. Maybe pick one or two that you can implement this week.
And keep in mind, it's about the intentionality of it. Like I said before, like it doesn't matter what is actually done. It's about that you took something for yourself so you can fill your cup up so other people can take from it.
That's right.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Absolutely.
So true. All right. And if you are looking for that full-on reset, you know where to find us for your float therapy, contrast therapy, red light therapy, vitamins and supplements, or if you just need somebody to chat to, stop by one of our locations. And if you want more tips like this that you heard today, go follow us on Instagram at Altered States Wellness. We're always sharing fun new ideas to keep your wellness going.
Keep it moving.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you. We will see you on the next episode.